Brutal. Brutal. Auburn finds another soul-crushing way to lose.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on in to Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zac Blackerby. And thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day, especially after soul-crushing losses like that one. Auburn loses 27-20 in the 90th edition of the Iron Bowl, the greatest rivalry in college football. And despite everything, you look at the stats, Auburn had more yards. If you would have told me Auburn had 411 yards to Alabama's 280, I would have thought, oh my goodness, how much do we win by? But that's not what happened. That's not what happened, because this team can't close. Doesn't matter who the head coach is, if it's the interim, who's at quarterback, this team can't close. Fought their tails off. They typically do, but I mean, kind of a fitting way to end it. I hate it was Cam Coleman. I hate it would have been if it was any of these guys, but to have momentum going and then to fumble like that. I mean, anytime Auburn had any sort of drive going, whether it was the last one where Cam fumbled or the one that ended up being the ball being deflected off of Omar Mabson's chest and into the hands of an Alabama defender, it's like no matter what, like if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And I'll tell you what, like Ashton's going to get a lot of blame for this. Ashton Daniels looks really good tonight. If you told me, hey, you're going into next year with either Ashton Daniels or Deuce Knight at your quarterback and you're going to let him battle it out in spring, I'm fired up by it. I'm fired up by it because turnovers are a big reason why Auburn lost this game, and the timeliness of those turnovers. Don't get me wrong. And it took him a while to get going. And I don't know how much of it in those first few drives, how much of it was play calling and how much of it was scheme or how much of it was Ashton, because he looked tight early on. It took him a while to feel comfortable in the football game. But goodness gracious, he got no help. The drops, guys, just over and over and over again. Stat Broadcast is crediting Auburn with 5 drops, but man, it feels like it's so much more. It feels like it's so much more. I mean, even that drive, I think it was the same drive where Omar had the ball deflect off of him. Where, I mean, even when they're driving, it's like we're still doing stuff that doesn't look crisp. Like we had I think we fumbled it 3 times in a row. If not, it was 3 times in the span of 4 or 5 plays. Man, brutal way to lose. And I mean, I'm sure some people had hope. I mean, you just kind of felt it. It's like, are we going to be able to do this in the fourth quarter, or is it going to be soul crushing again? Because that's just what happens in these games. Defense had moments that were really good. Defense had moments where they looked tired. Defense had moments where it seemed like no matter what they did on third down, it was just they couldn't get off the field. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So now the conversation immediately turns into who is Auburn's next head coach. And it feels a little wrong to pivot that way that quickly, but I think that's where we are. Because I don't really want to dwell on this game. I want to look now to the future. I want to look now to say, okay, who can fix this? Who can fix this culture? And I know a lot of people are super fired up about roster retention, and they claim that DJ Durkin will help with the roster retention, and maybe so, but you got to get the right coach. You can't get guys who are just going to be here for a year or two more. You can't make the decision based off of that. If it is DJ Durkin, I think a lot of people are going to be upset. If it is DJ Durkin, I think a lot of people are going to be upset. Brian Smith is going to join me in a second. I had to tell him where I sent the link. I I don't think you can hire DJ Durkin. And I know that's what a lot of national folks are saying. I don't think you can hire DJ Durkin. I think you would have gotten more of a wiggle room with it if you had won. I don't think you can do that now. That's just my opinion on it. I don't think the fan base. I think John Cohen would be criticized heavily by the fan base if he promoted John Cohen. And I don't entirely disagree with that, just to be clear. Do I think DJ Durkin can win? Yes. Do I think it's riskier? Yes. But the argument against that is all of these other guys are risky. So I don't think there's like a clear cut, yes, 100% answer. But you have to look intrinsically at this roster and say, okay, we are paying these guys too much to get these results. And I don't really know what else to say. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get Brian a link here so he can join us. I mean, the thing that I'm going back and forth on in all of this is deciding how much the short, small sample size should matter in all of this. Because like, if you want to judge DJ Durkin on his full, 2 years here, that's one thing. But if you want to judge him on the times where he was the interim, that's the other thing. And I want to be clear. I don't think DJ Durkin should be Auburn's next head coach. Do I think that there is a chance? Yes. Yes, I do. But as far as the game tonight, which I do want to spend some time on, Brian Smith, host of The Portal, hanging out with us. I mean, all self-inflicted. Auburn had a chance to win this game. Drop after drop after drop after drop. And then turnovers, two clear turnovers. I mean, obviously, you hate that last one was Cam Coleman. You hate the other one was Omar Maps and not being able to catch it. But Brian, this is just another Iron Bowl where it's close in the fourth quarter and Auburn just chokes it away.
I think it's they choked it away from play one. They were annihilated in the first quarter, though, brother. They shouldn't have been in that spot in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
So they didn't win on either end of the candlestick, if you know what I mean. Like, you either got to start hot or you got to finish hot, and they were ice cold on both. So I give credit to the defense, which once again, I mean, just watching the game, when they got down, what was it, 11 minutes to go in the second quarter, down 17-0. I said, this could be 40-0. They just looked lifeless.
No, they came back. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't fold. Yeah. Yeah.
That was the only thing I can say. But
411 yards of total offense. I mean, if you would have told me that going into it, I would have taken that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and the coaching staff for Bama would have vomited.
Yeah.
So, to be honest with you, I don't know how Ashton got that much better, because for anybody that follows football at this level, the number one gets like 98% of the reps. For him to have improved, where do you improve? Because you're not getting the reps with Cam and all those guys. It's wild. Yeah,
he's impressed me so much.
It's wild, man.
I mean, if those guys catch it, I mean, there's no telling what a stat line would be. Or if the Malcolm's, if you line up correctly, the Malcolm Simmons touchdown that gets called back. I mean, you may win just by the way the game develops. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's just like anytime you had the opportunity for something good to happen, something happened to mess it up. Sometimes it was self-inflicted. Sometimes it was just bad luck. Like the roughing the passer penalty where you're about to get off the field and force a field goal. Yeah. And then I think it was blocked in. He's falling, but he hits Ty Simpson low, and that by rule is going to draw a flag.
That's the Tom Brady rule, and I get it. It's an awkward play, but it kills you. 15 yards is the part of it, but the automatic first down, it just sucks the life out of your defense, brother. You know the deal.
Yeah, when it's over and over and over again, and a lot of them were ticky-tack, like questionable, but like, yeah, that's what they like. The flag on Sylvester Smith earlier in that drive.
Sure.
You're about to get off, and it's like he hooked him a little bit. Like that's you see that called a lot. You see it called or not called as well, but it's like that is pass interference, and it just it stinks. And like I want to be critical and be like, I think they should have ran it more, but I don't. I mean, you ran it for 152 yards.
Bama's run defense is solid. It's not great, but like considering how many yards they got with Bama, like they were dialed in, like what they were trying to do. They didn't want Auburn to run between the tackles.
Right.
Again, Daniels did a lot of that himself. Like I don't think some of the Bama players realized how fast Ashton was. Like he beat him.
Yeah. 23 carries for 108 yards for Ashton.
But like tonight, the inability to be a power football team kind of showed itself. Like Jeremiah is a good player, but he's not going to just lower the boom on you. It's the only thing that Auburn really lacks right now in their run game.
Yeah. Malcolm Simmons was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about him. And then what does Auburn need to do at head coach? That's next, right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. Right now, you can bet $5. If your first $5 bet hits, you get $300 in bonus bets to use throughout the app. Auburn did not cover. The line was 5.5 points. For what it's worth, I took Auburn money line. So that's no good. That is no good. But FanDuel is good. So head over to FanDuel.com today to get started. Today's show also brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Game Time is the best place to buy tickets for anything, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, concerts, the theater, whatever it might be. Game Time's got you covered. Use promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase by downloading the free Game Time app. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. All right. Auburn loses 27-20. Zac Blackerby, Locked On Auburn. Brian Smith, host of The Portal, hanging out with us. So, Malcolm, like, I don't know. It feels almost ridiculous to talk about this, but like Malcolm Simmons was incredible. 3 catches for 143 yards. He was incredible. He was dynamic, and that's not counting. I mean, he scored, and then it was an legal formation that was called back. I talked all week, Brian, about how when you see, all these Auburn players either on the wall at Jordan-Hare Stadium or in the athletic complex and the digital walls that they have in there, all those guys had moments in Iron Bowls. And a lot of those pictures that you see are from Iron Bowl moments. And this was setting up to be the Malcolm Simmons Iron Bowl. But when you can't find a way to win, you don't get to, winners write the history books, right? And so that's, it's, I don't want to say it's all for naught, but I guess that's it.
Well, I mean, I can't blame the players for not giving everything and all that stuff. That's just, they battle, but congrats to Bama. They had a pretty good game plan offensively, but Auburn's defense, like what Simpson finished with, it couldn't have been more than about 200 yards, and he threw it a ton. Like Auburn did a nice job at tackling in space. I know I don't know what the deal was with Ryan. He played there a couple of plays, but like that was weird. They had no sense of a run game because Auburn could just put a light box in there and handle, which still blows my mind. Alabama's offensive line is so meh for their size, but Auburn did a great job with run gap fits, like all that stuff. They just couldn't make the play defensively. I could say coming, if they're going to win, they got to have a scoop and score, pick six or something where they get a 10-yard field to score.
Right.
That was the difference in the game. Alabama got that, not Auburn in terms of the turnovers. So that was the difference.
Yeah. I also think there's kind of two symbolic moments in this. One is the difference of football teams between the two. And that is they both faced similar situations and they reacted differently. Auburn, last drive of the first half, they get it down to the 2, and they choose to kick the field goal instead of go for it when you're down 17. And it's like you got back into it, so it's hard to like really poke at that. And then Alabama, similar situation. I don't think it was at 2. It might have been a little bit farther back. but it was 4th down. I thought they were going to kick a field goal. They go for it, and they get it. And is it a stretch, Brian, to say that that's almost symbolic of where these two programs are?
I think they believe in their quarterback, and they have an offensive-minded staff, not head coach. I mean, staff. Their goal is to score as many points as possible. That's why I still don't think that he's as good a coach as some people think. But Ty Simpson is as cool as the other side of the pillow in the clutch. Like, his 4th down pass is the same as it is 1st and 10 from the midfield. I get it. But they had no faith in Ashton making a play down there. Like, they immediately went field goal, which surprised me.
Yeah.
Would you have gone for it if you were Auburn? I mean, you're not going any.
At that time, it felt desperate, and I thought there was no way we'd get back into it. So, yes. But if you don't get it, then it's like it's over, right? And, I mean, they got back into the game. They tied it back up. So, I don't know if that was the wrong call, but I do think, like, Alabama going for it in that situation, it's like, I don't think we would have. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
Which still would have been enough, right? They would have just won 23-20, but still, I just think it kind of says who they are versus who we think we are. The other is just, I mean, that last drive and then Cam Coleman fumbling. I mean, is that not just a microcosm of this team?
The same thing.
You've got this momentum, and then all of a sudden, just something happens, and it's the freaking best player on your team who just gives it away. It's like, I
mean, it was just a legit punch out. It's just a great play, and it happens. But there was still 50 seconds left. You would have been on about the 19-ish to 20. 1st and 10. I mean, you have timeouts.
Yeah, 3. You got all 3. Yeah.
At that point, then you burned them one after the fumble. I mean, you can still run the ball, which obviously
you were in a good spot. I mean, I liked how they weren't rushing it. The drive was working, but
I have to ask you, if they had scored there, I think Durkin kicks the extra point. I don't know if I would have. I don't know if you got that.
Go for the tie or go for the win.
Like,
gosh, I wish we would have had the opportunity to see. Based on
Durkin,
I think you would have gone for the tie as well.
I do too. He's a pretty conservative coach, but I get it. But I don't want Ashton dueling with Ty Simpson, who's been with the number ones all offseason, etc. I don't like that. But.
So then the question is, who do you hire that can make this stop happening? I mean, I'm not in the DJ Durkin camp. If you want to keep him as DC, I'm fine with it. But I just feel like if it was always DJ Durkin, you hire him before this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, I just don't think you can do that. I don't think you can hire him now.
I don't know.
And like, should this game matter that much in this decision? I get both sides. But the timing of it's ridiculous. Like, you can't, like, if you know you were going to hire him anyway, Cohen messed up by not doing it already.
Yep. I wonder if even if they knew they were worried just in case they got smoked. That was, and I get it. And there for a second, it kind of looked like it was trending that direction, but then they came back. So,
yeah.
But, well, like, I don't know what you've announced on Locked On Auburn through shorts or whatever, but sounds like Summerall's going to Florida.
Sounds like Summerall's going to Florida.
I have no idea where Auburn goes from here. Like,
Alex Golish has gained a lot of traction today.
I thought he was going to Arkansas is what I'd heard, but apparently that didn't happen, or that was BS or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he got the Arkansas offer and hasn't signed it. And some people are saying that it's because he's waiting for Auburn. Now, I've seen a few people saying in the chat, and then Daryl said it during the live stream at halftime. I haven't seen this anywhere. I've just heard it from Daryl, which I'm assuming he saw it somewhere. I don't think he's going to make it up. But some people are saying that Dillingham's back in it, which, Dillingham's been my number one choice this entire time, but it's gone back and forth on like how realistic that is, right?
That is beyond it. For those that don't know, in every aspect, that is a home run hire.
Yeah. I mean, plan A is to get someone who's won at the P4 and ideally been to the college football playoff. And then after that, if that's not available, which it doesn't seem readily available in this super interesting coaching market where all these really good jobs open and there's not a ton of like home run candidates, right? And so then plan B is, okay, who do you go get that's the easiest or makes the most sense that you think can transition from winning at a lower level to winning at a higher level? Well, Dillingham's done it. And he also shows traits of winning in the Big 12 to translate to winning into the SEC. You don't really have to like twist and like kind of nitpick arguments. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, that would be great. I'm questioning how legitimate that is for Auburn. So I'm a little surprised at these supposed reports, but
how recent did these quote unquote surface?
Today, right? I mean, all this stuff is happening today. It's just all.
Well, they might have just been like, if we're not getting Summerall, we got to throw a ton of money at somebody because fill in the blank. Like, if he's back in the mix, I'm just going to say it, and this may be bad on me down the road, but they don't want to hire Durkin. That would
who is they?
As whoever the administration people are, Cohen, whatever, however you want to word it for.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it really seems like Cohen wants to hire Durkin. It's what it feels like. So I don't know.
Do the people that write the checks and donate want Durkin? You would know that's the one I've never even asked you about that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard so many different things. This has been a weird coaching search because it really felt like it was Summerall the whole time.
Oh, I know. You and I texted about that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if it's not Durkin and it's not our guy from Arizona State, Golish, and then I'm available, but I don't think I'm a good candidate.
Yeah, no, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. So yeah, it's just there's not a whole lot of. I mean, a lot of the guys that were kind of on the fringe of being potential guys, they all got extensions. So
yeah, that's this kind of coaching search. A lot of guys get paid for doing nothing. It's funny.
Yeah.
NFL guys used to be the ones that filled these voids, but because of the transfer portal and especially the NIL, NFL coaches have zero interest in coming back to college for the most part now. Those days.
Yeah.
So I'm still surprised that neither one of the Indiana coordinators have gotten any run because those guys are elite. But
yeah, I've heard any like coordinators be tied to. I mean, I think Auburn wants a head coach, unless it's
I get it. Like the guy that I'm surprised hasn't been brought up is the offense coordinator at Georgia Tech. Like for some job, I'm not saying it has to be Auburn, but I thought he would be
for a head coach somewhere.
He runs.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's gonna be a lot of those guys that this next wave of openings that's about to happen.
Next? I mean, there's nothing left. You have to.
Right. Yeah. And I wonder if it's going to become more normal to like promote from within. I mean, that kind of seems to be what's going to happen at Ole Miss. That's what Stephen Willis is talking about of Locked On Ole Miss.
Who's going to be the head? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Who is it at Ole Miss?
Judge.
Who?
He was an NFL head coach a few years ago, but.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
Joe Judge, I think. But.
Well, I mean, that's good for Auburn because I was about to ask you because Kiffin saga is beyond Kiffin. Like it has just gotten to the point. It's straight up fairy tale. But if Ole Miss got in the mix, that's one more school possibly in the same boat to get to Dillingham's and everybody else. So if they hire from within, that's good for the Tigers. But
where do you sit on judging Durkin by just the last 3 games that he coached as interim head coach? And how much of it is, do you look at full body of work? I get both arguments.
I'm very concerned about one aspect, and we already talked about it by accident, and that's the play calling conservative nature. Today's college football, you got to score. Even with his defense, you got to score. But the kids love him. He can recruit. He has ties to all kinds of coaches and places. Maryland, Florida, Notre Dame, like A&M, like he's been all over the place. So I wonder, like, if he hired the right coordinator, or maybe maybe he keeps the guys on staff, whatever. Could it work? I don't know. I just I don't feel comfortable from the offensive side, but I know he can coach defense. So most defensive coaches really are conservative. That's my only pause, but I don't think you can judge him on 3 games.
That's your only pause with it?
Yeah,
Is that
really,
he's a conservative play caller?
Because he can recruit. I know that firsthand. And I think he's a pretty darn good coach as a defensive guy. With 3 games, you tell me, you know better than me. How is he going to handle the head coach part when, like, he's a defensive mind? Like, he's Mike Elko Jr. and like he was even at A&M recently. So it's ironic, but Elko's made that transition to the head coaching position, but he still pretty much oversees the defense. Like the guy that he hired, he made the wrong choice.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could see him being like, yes, I could see him doing some of this. My qualm with it is if it was him all along,
right?
Why haven't you done it yet?
That's the other thing. Like I'm saying,
now you've backed yourself into a corner. If
100%,
and apparently it's happening like Sunday, right? So it's like if you're gonna do it, why didn't you just name him that already? If it was truly DJ all the time, which is what some people are like, some of the national folks are kind of hinting at. And I have a hard time believing that. I have a hard time believing it, Brian.
Yeah. You have too many contacts, et cetera, and some other friends, et cetera. I have not heard that from one person. I'm not buying that. Note to Auburn and all ADs, we have too many people at all these schools that tell us stuff. Don't walk up to the podium and say, we got our number 1 choice. Don't do it. Don't do it. LSU is going to be the only one to get their number 1 choice. That's it. So.
Yeah, that's correct.
And that's, by the way, that needs to end soon just so it gets off my screen, but that's another story. So sick of that story.
Okay.
I hope that DJ is happy at Auburn regardless, because I honestly have no idea. I mean, could there be a dark horse candidate? I mean, with Auburn, anything is possible. That's how I look at it. I mean, the guy, I forget his name.
I mean, if you're Cohen, I mean, the last calls tonight get a little more aggressive, right? Like that number probably goes up next time you talk to somebody.
The head coach, was it Bob Chesney at James Madison, guys like that, you at least vet them. But I mean, the list is short. Golish, him, obviously DJ, obviously your guy at Arizona State, Dillingham, that would be beyond home run.
That'd be incredible. That would fix a lot of things.
That's you're set for 10 years. Literally.
In theory.
Your daughter.
I mean, no coach is a like proven thing, but like, man, as far as
the
instant belief in things turning around,
he took a very mediocre roster last year to the playoff. Like roster management's my thing. That roster did not belong in the playoff, and he got it there. And they should be Texas.
They should have been Texas. Yeah, bogus pass interference ball.
That was one of the weirdest
things
I've ever seen.
Right. Who do you think we hire?
I mean,
you don't know. Not even a guess.
Auburn is the epitome of impossible to project.
Yeah, that's probably true.
My only concern is they make a stunted, oh dear God, we just got to get somebody higher. Don't do it. Eat the short term. Even if it costs you on signing, you got to get the head coach right, or it's just an absolute slow nosedive into the oblivion.
Yep.
So if it goes to Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure they've got recommendations on how much they would spend. Let's use Dillingham as an example. I know they don't want to hear this, but it's true. You're better off to overpay by like $4 or $5 million a year because it'll save you $50 million a year.
On the buyout.
Well, not only that, so you don't have one.
Right. To avoid paying a buyout.
100%.
Yeah, I got you.
Unfortunately, they have zero leverage now. And any coach they go after will start with, it has to be a 10-year guaranteed contract. you have zero leverage.
Yeah, like, I just don't think John Cohen's going to do that.
Then you're in trouble. That means Durkin's really good bet to end up being the Auburn head coach.
Wild spot. Hopefully we know more tomorrow. Hopefully we know more. And like the truth of the matter is, like, it's probably the same situation if we win. It's just I think we're maybe a little bit more okay with it.
Oh yeah. Winning helps.
Winning helps everything.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
All right. How can people check out your show, buddy?
Locked on the Portal. We are about to go into crazy season, as I call it. Not only do we have National Signing Day on Wednesday, but the portal will be bananas beginning this week with just randomness of players getting in and all the rumors, because they can't actually get into early January, but that's BS. Trust me. These decisions are already being made. So check out Locked on the Portal for all the craziness of college football.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you guys for coming here. Some of you coping with us, some of you gloating, which regardless, whyever you're here, we're thankful that you're here. Please like the video. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked on Auburn.